Total value of all the food produced that will be produced is $12 billion US. And as my governor, Ken Ofori-Atta, said, being a minister of finance, very quick to look at leverage ratio. When I came here and I talked to him, he said, "You're going to spend how much?" I said, "We will spend for this plan $1.5 billion US. That's how much we're going to spend." He said, "But you're going to produce $12 billion worth of food." Is there a mathematician here? What leverage is that? That is an incredible leverage. And that's what we have to do. So again, let me say, the African Development Bank delivered for Africa. Now you may ask, why am I again so confident that we'll be able to avoid a looming food crisis apart from what I told you? It is because our plan is based on the incredible successful work of the African Development Bank through its high five on Feed Africa. You will remember our plan is to light up and power Africa, to feed Africa, to industrialize Africa, to integrate Africa, and to improve the quality of life of the people of Africa. That's a high five strategy of the bank. But Feed Africa is the one we're talking about this morning. Let me share some things with you. Over the past 6 years that we have been doing the Feed Africa strategy of the bank, our work has provided 6 million farmers with improved agricultural technologies. The bank has also been implementing a very successful program that we call Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation, TAAT. Here are some of the success stories that gives us the confidence, because we're not moonlighting in agriculture. We know exactly what we're doing. Of course, for many reasons, I myself, as president of the bank, I have more than 35 years of experience in agriculture. I actually helped to finance it when I was in Rockefeller Foundation in the year 2000 to 2002, based in Harare, Zimbabwe. An Airbus A380 aircraft is the largest commercial plane, passenger plane. Passengers, the cargo, and the fuel is 98.4 metric tons. So when I say 65,000, you're thinking about almost 666 380 aircraft packed on a landing strip, just to give you an idea of how much support we provided for Sudan. We did the same in Ethiopia. We provided 61,000 metric tons in 2018. They started. By 2020, 2021, they had cultivated it on 167,000 hectares. And by 2021, 2022, they had cultivated it on 400,000 hectares. He told me, and I will quote what he said, "President, African Development Bank, Ethiopia's wheat production is now on 650,000, not 400,000 hectares." You can clap for them. He said we harvested 2.6 million metric tons of wheat. And he said Ethiopia did not import wheat this year. He said next year we will cultivate 2 million hectares. And then we will expect to export 1.5 million hectares to Kenya and to Djibouti next year. Now that's what I'm talking about. These annual meetings will be focusing on the theme, achieving climate resilient and just energy transition. As you know, the climate change is an ever-present existential threat to Africa. from droughts, floods, and cyclones, extreme weather patterns are devastating African countries. 9 out of 10 of the most vulnerable countries to climate change in Africa, in the world, are in Africa. In fact, Africa is the second most vulnerable region in the world to climate change. As I look at South Africa with what happened in KwaZulu-Natal, in Mozambique, and in Madagascar recently, my assistant is from Madagascar, then I realized bridges, land, washed away, economies destroyed. But we didn't cause climate change. But we suffer disproportionately from the negative consequences of it. To be able to finance climate change, financing needs for Africa will be $1.6 trillion between 2020 and 2030. $1 billion per year between 2020 and 2030. As per the Paris Agreement, African countries are committed to reducing their carbon emissions through energy transitions. Africa has abundant energy resources, including solar, hydro, geothermal, and also wind. Renewables alone cannot power Africa, and neither can it power any part of the world because of the intermittency of power. You need stable grid system. Therefore, you must have access to power. You must be able to afford power. You must have security of power. And you must have stability of energy systems. Let me give you an example of what it means to have energy transition, because you'll be with us for the whole week. How many of you like going on cruise ships? Vacations. Can I see? Yeah. Why are you acting as if you don't like vacations? When you are on a cruise ship, you go from your room to another room. You play badminton, you do what's that thing? Bowling. Everything is nice. You jump in a swimming pool. That is what they call stable energy system. You can shift from one room to the other, but everything is what? Stable. That is the luxury that developed countries have. The point I'm making is this: natural gas must remain a fundamental part of the energy system for Africa because we need stable energy systems. And we must create jobs, and we need industries. Africa cannot be poor. We also want to be rich.